students who think of themselves as, I'm idealistic, I care, I want to see the world become a better place. There is, above all else, one thing that you have to champion, which is capitalism. It is the only social system that has brought prosperity to the world, and a prosperity that the pre 18th century nobody could have dreamed of. The way that we live now in the 21st century, it wasn't even possible in people's imagination to get, like, well, we're talking. I mean, Nikos is in Greece. We're in the U.S. That we just talk so easily like this. People couldn't even imagine this, and this is all the enormous amount of progress, of freedom, of wealth has been brought by this one system. And what they learn in academia, and this is part of that, the both the immorality and the injustice of what so many academics do. What they learn is, no, what you should be is a champion of something, of socialism, of democratic socialism. It used to be communism. They learn, well, there's nothing wrong with religious theocracies and so on. If this is what they want in the Middle East and so on, and part of a system of capitalism is a separation of church and state. And there's a real reason and arguments for that separation. And when you see that implemented, even if not implemented fully, that is part of what brings prosperity to places. If you actually cared about this, what these people need is not aid, and oh my God, is aid to the Gaza Strip going to be cut off or not? What they need, and what we should have exported, is the ideas of the founding fathers of this is what it means to create a nation dedicated to prosperity. And they needed that in Africa, they needed that in South America, they needed that in the Middle East. And if you're not doing that, and if what you're actually teaching them, oh no, emulate Soviet Russia or China or Iran, you're leading them to destruction. And it's unquestionable when you look at the history of the 20th century and you look at the difference between North Korea and South Korea, East Germany and West Germany. If you look at what happened with Hong Kong and so on, we know what the road to prosperity is, and people can go down that road by themselves if you give them the right ideas. They don't need perpetual aid and help and so on. They can build a life for themselves, but they need the right ideas and the right social system. And the United States has demonstrated what that system is. And if you're not a champion of that system and of wanting to export it around the world, that the principles of the Declaration of Independence are universal principles, you're not on the side of peace, you're not on the side of prosperity, and you're not on the side of the people, of anybody in these regions who genuinely wants a better life.